Thanks for the introduction, Dan. Basically what I'm going to do tonight is just kind of tell the story of the last 14 to 16 months.
Louder.
Basically I'm going to tell the story of the last 14 to 16 months. So this is the kind of shirt that got everything started. That's a figure ground map of Raleigh. And this is where it started. Back in August 2010, a friend and I decided to print 70 shirts and hawk them down at the First Friday Market on Hargett Street, right down the street here. We had tremendous conversations and actually had a Philly shirt up there, and we were comparing Philly and Raleigh and had some great conversations and sold half, realizing that this is something that we could go on. From there, we explored all the incredible resources that are available now that were never available even 2 years ago. Free marketplaces, social marketplaces, free blogs, very, very cheap ways to kind of tap into niche resources. From there, we started exploring how this map could be a very educational tool for communication about your place. We started experimenting with exhibits, and we actually submitted a lot of our projects to the National ASLA for their communication program and won the honor award. From there, we decided to incorporate, go full-time. I finished school full-time, so last summer got together and launched a campaign, and we tripled our goal on Kickstarter. Kickstarter was not around 2 years ago. It's a way to mitigate risk and get market validation and to raise capital. And so with that capital, we built some serious operational stocks of inventory. It was a crash course in operations management. I had tremendous support from my lovely girlfriend Nicole and my family. And there we go, sorry about that. And from there, literally 2 months after the project finished, I was able to launch a fully operational brand, CityFabric, with 3 different products in 15 different cities. Literally 5 months where from idea to inception and launch of a full-scale internet or national brand. From there, the phone started ringing and emails started coming, and there's all these new startup entrepreneurial endeavors trying to connect products with the digital and social realm. And these are ways that they cultivate a social community that you can tap into at selling at wholesale. And so these are ways to really add to the bottom line. From there, decided to give back to the community that has been so supportive along the way, and launched this very simple idea of guerrilla wayfinding called Walk Raleigh. And it's basically depicting minutes by foot to a destination in Raleigh as opposed to miles by car. With the help of some friends, Nicole and then Daryl, also from NC State, and then Aaron's there, we installed and planned this act and installed 27 signs at 3 different intersections on January 18th. Our motto was to ask for forgiveness. Timing's everything. The Venice Biennale, which is a biannual cultural festival, was curating the American exhibition at Spontaneous Interventions. We submitted to that. We were traveling to New York, did another guerrilla wayfinding project as well, and submitted that as well. We're waiting to hear. That's about the time, right about when we submitted, that a fellow Raleighite was reading an article and submitted Walk Raleigh to Emily Badger, and she loved it and put it on the front page of the Atlantic Cities. This was January 6th, so this was a little over a month ago. From there, it has been incredibly overwhelming, and this is really why I'm just telling this story. BBC reached out, a lot of other local news affiliates. When this video hit BBC, it was the most watched video in the US that day, and then in the top 3 that weekend. It kind of shows how much From there, it was an incredible kind of social spike. The social media, Twitter, everything was, I mean, everywhere you looked, all the large national kind of outlets for this type of thing were talking about it, from health to living to urban development, and it's been really, really exciting. With the publicity came the kind of issues of legality, so Mitchell actually had to take the signs down, and he actually saved them for me, which was great. And because they came down and because there wasn't too much talk about it, there was a huge uproar. Even Lynn there was kind of upset about it. So Mitchell was incredible and rallied his staff to figure out a way that we could kind of get it in front of the city council the following week to talk about it. So I did my part and sent out a digital campaign and ended up with 1,255 signatures from the Friday that the agenda went out to the Tuesday meeting. It was overwhelming. The community throughout this whole thing has been overwhelming. And it passed unanimously. So it actually passed as a pilot educational program that will be over the next couple months. And we'll be installing the signs exactly as they were. And I think it will also buy a little bit of time so we can figure out exactly what to do. And since then, all these different groups, organizations have reached out. I'm either meeting with or in talks with a lot of these different people about how to bring it to their city, how to mimic it, and how to contribute. And that's all while trying to finish grad school right now, which my professor Tom Campanella at UNC has been kind enough to let me scrap my master's project and to turn Walk Raleigh into my dynamic master's project, which leads to scaling the project nationally and internationally. And so in 12 days, I'm going to launch Walk Your City, and it's a way to create an open source platform so that any city throughout the country can adopt this wayfinding system. If you want to do it yourself, it will be free, but if you want to have us make it for you, there will be fees associated as well. And so it's a way to kind of create a little bit of value, but also make it accessible. And we're really excited to see where that will take us. And it will be via Kickstarter, so it's going to be a very, very high publicity. So thank you very much.